All right, a 34-6 victory for Alabama over Kentucky today. Another excellent defensive performance for the Crimson Tide, Kevin. Kind of an uneven performance, I guess, for the offense, but it felt in a lot of ways like Nick Saban was trying to test his quarterback and his offense in a few ways, I think.
It's almost as if they're trying to force feed Jalen Hurts in the passing game to get him sharp, to get him on the same page with his receivers, because they know that what's coming down the road very quickly, they are not going to be able to be one-dimensional and win the next 3 games they've got.
And we also saw, I think, in the run game, Alabama giving Damian Harris a rest after that injury last week. Josh Jacobs starting to emerge as really a very impressive young back for Alabama. Certainly going to be part of, I think, a 1-2 punch going forward with Harris.
Is it me, or does he bring back flashbacks of Derek Lassick? Wears the same number, not real big, but he finds holes. He's got a toughness to him. He just has good instincts, and he's really been the revelation of this offense, beyond Jalen Hurts, of course, but he has done some nice things. And when Damian Harris is healthy, you're right, Bo Scarborough's kind of been pushed to the side. It looks like those are your two. That's your 1-2 punch in the backfield.
On the other side of things, I think you mentioned that stretch coming up ahead. Alabama has Arkansas next week. They've got Tennessee after that, who is continuing to go on a remarkable run this season. Texas A&M after that. This is really the meat of Alabama's schedule coming up. From what you've seen so far from this Alabama team, do you think they're ready for that gauntlet?
I think they've got some improvement to make. I don't think they can get through the next 3 games playing anything like they played today. Now again, this was Kentucky, and this is all you have to do to beat a basketball school. But they're going to have to play better because they're at Arkansas, they're at Tennessee, and like you said, they stepped on Kirby Smart's face with a hobnail Hail Mary today. And then A&M rolls in here. And that's 2 of the other undefeated teams in the league, and Arkansas only has 1 loss. Alabama's good enough to get through that gauntlet undefeated, but if they're going to lose a game in the regular season, they've only lost 1 for 5 straight years. If they're going to do that again, it's going to happen in the next 3 weeks against one of those 3 teams.
Tim Williams sitting out the first half of the game after an incident off the field this week. Nick Saban said basically that's the extent of his punishment. He was going to sit him for the first half. He played a lot in the second half, made a pretty big impact on the game too. Your thoughts on that disciplinary action?
To me, it's just disappointing. It's a half-hearted measure, a half-game suspension. You might as well not suspend him at all. It's Kentucky. You didn't need him to win this game, and not to be cynical about it or to make a decision based on the opponent. You should make it based on the offense and the egregiousness of it. To me, it's a half measure. If you're going to suspend him, sit him for the whole game, send a strong message to the other guys, which Tim Williams should have already had that message given what happened to some of his teammates in the offseason. But doing it this way, to me, it's a half-hearted measure on Nick Saban's part.
All right, well, that's it for here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. You can read more from Kevin Scarbinsky and the rest of our Alabama beat team at AL.com.